Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible Thursday as always. And yes, it is time for the weekly news catch-up. We're going to run through all of the significant updates that's happening on the Songbird and Flare network. You guys know the deal. But before we jump in, I do want to make, I guess, a bit of an announcement that in 1 month's time, or I guess in 4 weeks, I'm not actually going to be doing the live stream. So just bear that in mind. I want you all to know now, so there's no surprises. But with that out of the way, we're going to jump straight in and check out the various data providers or signal providers on the Flare network and see who is the top performing. And topping the charts this week is Price Kraken. In second place, we have Envision. Third place, Attorney. And in fourth place, we have Flare Beacon. And in fifth place, Flare.space. Congratulations to all of those. Make you are delegating. It's definitely worth checking them out. And yeah, we're going to move on to the NFT space. And this is xHaven, leading NFT marketplace over on the Flare and Songbird network. And this is the best selling collections of the past week. In second place, we have the Loyaltists collection, and that's by Enosis. In third place, we have Blockbones. Fourth place, we have the Bored Apes SGB. And in fifth place, we have the Sparkles Genesis collection. Maybe there's a reason for that I'll talk about in just a moment. But some of the biggest news coming out of the Flare team this week is the recent proposal. So this is a proposal to, I guess, unlock the FTSO for the Songbird network. Of course, Songbird being the canary network for Flare. This is where all of the major updates go before being migrated to the Flare network to ensure that they are thoroughly tested and there's no issues, right? So the FTSO fast updates is going to be quite a change. It's going to allow up to 1,000 individual price signals, and a price signal being something such as the price of a cryptocurrency, or maybe some other data at the price of a commodity. But yes, this really is a big proposal, and I think we should see an overwhelming support. So we scroll down here. It's actually going to be ending in 3 days' time, I believe. This is the 26th of May, and voting is live now, and you can find it over on the portal, the Flare portal, which I'm sure you're all very familiar with. If you are holding SGB, that's the Songbird token, be sure to vote and let your voice be heard. This is probably, from my perspective, the biggest news of the week, and it comes from Flare as well in conjunction with Hex Trust, not to be confused with Hex Network. It's a new stablecoin, a native stablecoin, coming to both Songbird and the Flare network. So both networks, this is the first native stablecoin on both networks, and it's going to be backed one-to-one with USD, and I think it's mainly held within treasuries. So this is from Hex Trust, and they're also going to launch with a dedicated clear pool vault. So pretty interesting, and it's going to enable holders to earn real-world yield. And if you're wondering what the difference is between a native token and a bridge token, well, a bridge token has to come from another network. It's almost a derivative or a synthetic of the original, right? So Bitcoin exists as the native asset on the blockchain, the Bitcoin network, or the Bitcoin blockchain, sorry. And when F assets goes live, that's essentially going to be a wrapped version of it. USDX is actually going to be created on the Flare network, and it's quite a big deal. And, you know, if we look at Hex Trust, they're a very reputable company. They are pretty much a custodian coming from Hong Kong. And if we go to their website here and have a little peek, digital asset custody meets innovation. A fully licensed digital asset custodian that provides solutions for protocols, foundations, financial institutions, and the Web3 ecosystem. This is very welcome news. Of course, we do have the bridged version of USDT on the various networks, and that coming from Gnosis. But from my opinion, a native asset is always much better than a bridged asset. So something to note, keep your eyes peeled on this, and I'll of course keep you updated as and when more information becomes available. This is from Rainlang. We've decided to extend the deadline for the strategy competition by a week until the 4th of June. So not long to go now, and it may be that there's not so much interest. There's quite a big prize pool here of $12,000, and that's paid in FLR. So if you are a developer, or you may want to just take a peek, it's definitely worth checking out because it is quite a big prize pool, and I don't believe that there's that much competition out there. So it could be wise to just maybe get yourself into this and have a little peek. There's various websites, videos which talk you through or walk you through examples as well. So yeah, be sure to check that out. It's Rainlang, or I guess you can follow them at Rain Protocol here. And again, the competition is ending in the very near future, the 4th of June. Moving on, this is from FYEO, who is they are a Web3 security audit company, and they monitor threats, AI-powered anti-phishing, and decentralized ID. So yeah, they've recently made an announcement about themselves completing a secure code assessment of the Flare network and the Songbird network. And this may be due to this may be relating to some of the recent updates in terms of the new FTSO code base. But it's great to see that the smart contracts are regularly getting reviewed. It's obviously important to make sure that the ecosystem remains robust and pretty watertight. So that's great news from FYEO. This was really big news, but unfortunately, it's a little bit deflated, and I will explain in a second. We got this news here, and this was from Canned DAO, who actually found this, and he posted in the Gnosis Discord. And it goes to about a proposal. This was created by none other than community legend Thanasimos. And he talks about this proposal of moving to Moonriver. Excuse me. And this is a canary network for Kusama. So it's built on Kusama, which is the canary network for Polkadot, right? And the idea being that Gnosis built on Moonriver and deployed their suite of products, including the decentralized exchange, Ori, which is a multi-sig wallet, Scopus, and but also, I guess more importantly, was the bridge between the two networks, a bridge between Songbird and this Moonriver ecosystem. I made a little point here that the expansion of Gnosis is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time, and it will certainly bring additional value and utility to their governance tokens. You know, this is still at play, and because this went under the radar, I'm assuming that they didn't want this to get out because, you know, there's no point in making an announcement about something that is yet to happen. But the community member, Canned DAO, did actually find this, and it just shows that the Gnosis team are making moves in that regard. Unfortunately, though, it seems like the decision has been made, and unfortunately, they have rejected it and chose another project to issue the grant to. Which is a shame. I think maybe a missed opportunity on their behalf, but still, we know that Gnosis are making moves, and there are plenty more networks out there that I know that they're going to build to. So stay tuned. And again, this is going to bring real value to the governance tokens because, a bridge to other networks means that there's going to be a lot of assets that are taken from Fleur, mainly, Helion and Apsis and XFi and SFIN. If they're bridged over to another network, it means that essentially the rewards from the Fleur and Songbird pools are actually going to increase because there'll be less liquidity.